Hi students, welcome to second year accountancy class. In our previous class we have discussed about features of partnership. That means though you are doing problems for 20 marks at IPE, you should have knowledge about partnership firm, because in future you may be writing a partnership deed, or you may be becoming a partner in a business firm, okay, or you need to guide others how to start a partnership firm. So just not only accounts, you should have the theoretical aspects, conceptual knowledge behind establishment and management of a partnership firm also you should have. That is the reason I am sparing 2 to 3 classes to induce knowledge about the partnership. Okay. In my previous class, I have explained what are the various types of accounts we are going to prepare. I told you that we prepare revaluation account, we prepare cash account in case of admission of partner, then we prepare goodwill account, then all partners capital accounts, then at the end we prepare balance sheet. That is the accounting aspect. But before that, how partnership is started, exactly what a partnership firm is, how it begins and how it is managed. Okay. So in my previous class I told you that partnership firm has got certain features, like we have discussed, it is the association of persons, minimum to maximum 10 in case of banking, minimum to maximum 20 in case of non-banking, and there must be some agreement among the partners, clear. So the partners will have unlimited liability, then management is done by all partners or few partners according to their understanding, then profits and losses are shared according to the agreement. If agreement is not mentioning or not referring to the ratio, all partners will share the profits and losses in the equal proportion. That's what we have discussed in our previous class. Now in this class, I am going to explain the very important concept, partnership deed or partnership agreement. See, it is the seed. As you know that without seed a plant doesn't arise. Similarly, without a partnership deed, partnership firm doesn't arise. Okay. You cannot imagine the establishment of a partnership firm without the deed, partnership deed or agreement. Okay. We have already learnt in first year that it may be oral or written. Oral means only with words. Written means on the paper, documentation. So remember that generally the written documents have got the validity, they will have legal support. So in general, partners will go for a written agreement. So the written agreement among the partners is called as partnership deed. So the partnership deed is defined as may be given for 2 marks. So what is a partnership deed? The written agreement among the partners is called as partnership deed. What it consists of? When you write down the partnership deed, even if you write, okay, you may become a accountant later on, or someone approaches you that we want to establish a partnership firm, please help us to write down the partnership deed. Generally, chartered accountants and the lawyers will be helping the business people to write down the partnership deed. So you should have some knowledge about it. What it consists of? What should we have to write in the partnership deed? The first point is name of the partnership firm. So like when the partners decide to start a firm, they have to decide about the name. Like we have set Sri Medhavi Junior College, Jagruti College, or some XYZ firm, ABC, Sai Enterprises, Raman Bank, ICICI Bank, some name. Okay. So whatever the firm you are going to establish, it will have some name. So partners should have conscience about the name. Each partner cannot have his own name. You cannot have 3 or 4 names for single firm. So all partners must decide and set a name for the upcoming firm. So that is the reason the first point in the deed should be the name of the business firm which we are going to establish. Then the second point is names, addresses and occupation of partners. So the people who are going to start the partnership firm are called as partners. The people who are joining the association of the members by contributing some capital or for their experience. So when they are coming together, we have to mention the names, addresses and the occupation of all partners in the deed. Why should we mention the name and address? Because once the partnership firm is established, in future we require lot of correspondence between those people. If you don't know the name and address, suppose if you want to send some information, how do we send? For example, we have admitted a student into Sri Medhavi Junior College and we want to communicate to you regarding the exams or examination fees, college fees, timings of something, etc. If we don't know the mobile number or mail ID or the student address, how can we communicate? Similarly, when a partnership firm is started, all partners come together. After the establishment of business, we require lot of correspondence, means exchange of information should be there between the partners and the firm. So that is the reason we should have the names and full addresses and occupation of the partners. Occupation means you know what they are doing, whether they are doing some private job or already they are having some business or they are farmers or government employees, whatever it may be, their occupation we have to mention. Next, nature and object and duration of the business. Nature means which type of business we are going to establish. Whether it is a medical shop or a textile shop or a stationery shop or it is a junior college or it is a supermarket or it is a real estate firm or it is a construction firm, that you have to mention. And object, what is your object? What you are going to produce, what you are going to provide. Then duration means how many years you are going to run the business. 2 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years or 2 months. So the partners have to decide the duration of the firm and they have to mention in the partnership deed. I told you in the first year that partnership firm may not run according to the duration mentioned in the deed. It is only a formality. It can exist, it continues to perform as long as there is a mutual understanding, confidence among the partners. Even though we mention here 20 years, but if the partners have got disputes among them, so ultimately the firm comes into dissolution. So just duration we mention, but if the confidence among the partners, then faith continues, so partnership can run for any number of years. Then amount of capital to be contributed by each partner. While doing the problems, you might have observed that all partners never contribute the same amount of capital. Every partner has got his wish, his capacity. He will contribute capital according to his capacity. As per Partnership Act 1912, it is not compulsory that every partner should contribute capital and it is in the same manner. No. Sometimes we admit partners even without capital also. For their business experience and for their goodwill, we may admit a partner without capital also. So that is the reason in this deed we are going to mention the amount of capital contributed by each partner. Say for example, in a firm, A, B, C, D are the partners. Say A contributed 4 lakhs, B may contribute 6 lakhs, C may contribute only 1 lakh, D may contribute 10 lakhs. So like this. It is their wish. It is the understanding among the partners. So whatever the amount of capital they are contributing, like this you have to mention in the partnership deed. Name of the partner and his contribution of capital. Then drawings, if any, allowed for private purposes. As you all know that any amount of cash or goods withdrawn by the owner for the personal use is called as drawings. So as partners are introducing the capital, sometimes a partnership firm may allow few of the partners to take some money for their personal use or some amount of goods for their personal use. So if you are allowing some drawings, what is the limit? If you don't keep the limit and you don't have the condition, some partners may use more money from the firm, then we struggle for capital. So always the partners will discuss and they decide what amount of drawings are allowed. Then sharing of profits and losses, that's what I told you. Whenever partners come together and they establish a business firm, first they will decide an amount of capital contribution, then they decide on the profit or loss ratio. If you don't mention the profit or loss sharing ratio, then it may create some problems in the future. To avoid that, partners will decide in what ratio they are going to share the profits and losses. Remember one point, in this deed, if ratio is not mentioned, we have to assume that all partners are going to share the profits and losses in the equal manner. Then, rate of interest on capital and drawings. As per Partnership Act, interest on capital is allowed up to 6%. So, whether you are allowing only 6% or more than that, you have to mention whenever the partners are contributing capital, on that the firm has to pay interest to the partners. Similarly, when partners are allowed drawings, firm will collect interest on drawings also. Many times I told you, interest on capital is expenditure to the firm, whereas interest on drawings is income to the firm. Okay. So, when partners are contributing capital, the business firm has to pay interest to the partners. When partners are withdrawing money, the firm will collect interest from the partners. So, at what rate you are charging the drawings, at what rate you are paying the interest on capital, both rates you have to mention, rate of interest on capital as well as on drawings we have to mention in the deed, because these type of problems are very important for your CPT. Next, rights, duties and liabilities of each partner. So quite naturally, when every partner joins into a firm, every partner will have some rights, he has to perform some duties, he will have certain liabilities also, he will have some obligations also, that we have to mention in this deed. Then method of keeping books of accounts. As you know that we have got various systems of maintaining the books of accounts, single entry, double entry, cash basis, accrual basis. So which method of accounting you follow, that also we have to mention. Then salary commission to be paid to managing partners. In my previous class I told you that it is not compulsory that all partners manage the business organization. Sometimes some partners may be busy. Only one or two partners will take care of the regular business activities. In such a case, the people who are managing the business firm, who are called as active partners, will be paid some remuneration or some salary or some commission, because they are putting extra effort and they are sharing the burden of other partners also. In such a case, the managing partners are paid some salary or some remuneration or some commission. If you are paying anything to them, so what you are paying, that also you have to mention. What salary you wish to pay or what commission you want to pay, that we have to mention in the deed. Next, interest on loan provided by the partners. Sometimes what happens, even though all partners have contributed the capital, sometimes we struggle for funds. There may be some shortage of capital. The business struggles for money. The capital contributed by the partners may not be sufficient to manage the business activities. In such a case, we request any one or few of the partners to provide some loan to the business organization. Like we borrow loan from bank or some other financial institution. So rather than going to the banks and other financial institutions, we request any one of our partners or few of our partners to provide some loan to the business organization. So in such a case, these partners may provide some loan apart from this capital. Capital is different, loan is different. So the loan is the financial assistance given by the partner during the business activities. So when the business firm is struggling for financial resources, so when a partner provides loan to the firm, quite naturally the firm has to pay interest on that loan to that partner. So what rate of interest you are going to pay, that also we have to mention. Then, as you all know that Partnership firm maybe at the end of a particular duration, due to some reasons, it may be dissolved, means closing down. Dissolution means closing down, shutting down your business activities. So when you wish to close down, so how the accounts are to be prepaid? Okay, how the amount is to be paid to the partner? If any partner is retiring, so how the amount is to be settled? In case if the business was decided to be closed, so how we have to prepare the accounts, that also we have to mention. Method of settlement of accounts in case of dissolution of the firm, means how you finalize the amounts payable to various partners and how you pay off, that also we mention in the deed. So these are the very important points of partnership deed.